What's up, YouTube? Tenchi Arizonia, the angry Dracolope of the Dracolope crew here, and today's video is a bit of a twofer because I'll be doing a long-term review on this, my Maxpedition Anemone pouch, as well as giving you a bit of update on my leatherworking. So first off, let me get the long-term review out of the way because that's going to be the quickest part of this video. Now, as I said, this is the Maxpedition Anemone pouch. It has YKK zippers and uses UTX buckles. Now, as I understand it, UTX are the standard brand of buckle that Maxpedition use. So, why is this a long-term review? Well, those of you who have been subscribed to my channel since the very beginning will know that I have a Maxpedition bag. Some of you even know the story about how I got that bag. And one of the first things I done when I got that bag was look at different additions, pouches I could add to it, and I picked this one. Now, I could have picked one of the EDC pouches by Maxpedition because those would also fit as they're the same size molly panels as my bag uses. But I chose this one, and I chose this one for a very specific reason. You see, at that time, I was using a combination of a DSLR, an action camera, and a cell phone. I still use that combination today, well, with the exception of the DSLR, which I'm going to do a separate video on that for one good reason. So, what do I keep in this pouch, and what do I think of the pouch? Well, first, let's say what I think of the pouch. Price point, at the time I got this, was around £26, and I know what you're thinking, for such a small pouch, that is expensive. No, not really, not expensive at all, because the build quality on this pouch is amazing. Granted, you do have to spend a little bit extra to get some molly straps, although you could use molly sticks as well. I just chose the straps because they were cheaper and I couldn't afford much at the time. So that's what I used, 2 molly straps on this. I also put this on my belt occasionally, and you'll see why when I get to what's inside it. Now, most of the time, and in fact since I've had this, I've kept some 18650 batteries in here. The particular ones I use are Fogstar, and yes, you'll recognise the battery case because I used one of them in a cigar hack I did. So that's the first thing I keep in here. Typically 4, I've got one out in my flashlight at the moment, so there's 3 left in there. So some 18650 batteries for my flashlight and my vape mod. I didn't used to require the 18650s for my vape mod, but I've always required them for my flashlight, thus they are always in this pouch. Second thing I carry in here is a spare battery for my SJ cam, which is the SJ4000. Again, that has pretty much always been in there as long as I've had the SJ4000 camera, which I got sometime after getting this actually. I think it was around the same year. Then finally, I have the Anker Astro Mini power bank. Relatively old one this, I've had this a very long time. And again, I keep this here because of my cell phone. This is just to top it off. And it also used to top off my vape mod battery, which was a pen style battery. You just had the USB cable what charged it. And I also keep in here a USB cable, again an Anker cable, with a USB-C adapter on it for my phone. I can take the adapter off and charge my tablet as well. So that's the things I usually keep in this pouch, and it's usually only those things. However, if I carry this on my belt, which typically I'll carry it on the bag, but if I'm not carrying my bag with me, I will put it on the belt. I sometimes put my Swiss Army knife in the front pouch under the buckle. That just slides in there and then it buckles closed. And I am doing this at an awkward angle, but there you go. There is also two little pockets, I would say tubes actually, either side of the pouch, here, and here, that you can use for pens, and one of these used to actually hold my tactical pen, the other one used to hold my pen style vape mod. So that was basic 510 vape that I was using back then. Don't use that anymore. I use one of these when I'm in places that I cannot smoke a cigar, such as an airport or when I go out to eat somewhere. But I don't have cigars that often anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Actually, did I charge the batteries on this? Apparently I did. Donut flavour. So, you've seen what the pouch carries and you've heard its specs, but what do I think of it? Well, as I said, I've been carrying this almost as long as I've had the Maxpedition bag itself, which you will know is the Fat Boy VersaPack. And as I said, it uses UTX buckles, YKK zippers. I believe the UTX buckles are a standard for Maxpedition. I know for a fact YKK zippers are the standard for Maxpedition. Stitching is flawless. Material is nice and heavy duty. The molly straps, even though these weren't that expensive, do the job very well. Although they are an addition, so they're not technically relevant to this review. But build quality is very good. The stitching is amazing on this thing. I've not had any issues at all. The only thing I will say is if you're going to go out in wet weather, put the zippers to one side or the other. I would prefer actually if they actually had a bit more capacity in this pouch, but it's not a deal breaker. If you're going to go out when it's raining though, and this is one thing I will say, if you're going to go out and you're expecting rain, put the zips to the bottom on one side, because otherwise you do have a small gap that you can get water ingress. And if you're going to use it for the same purpose I do, for your power supplies, your battery packs, then you want to keep water out of here. I will say, though, although I did give a slight complaint about wishing it had more storage, the side does have little elastic straps. So you could probably get quite a bit into the front pouch. I just tend to use it for just my Swiss Army knife. You could probably use it for gloves, some more batteries, what have you. But yeah, I would prefer it if it didn't have these elastic straps, to be honest, and you just tightened the front pouch by the buckles adjustment. Anyway, going off on a tangent there, because it really doesn't affect this pouch, it's just personal preference on my part. I'm not going to duck the score because of that. So what do I rate this? 5 stars. A home run, a grand slam, laddie. I love this thing. It's very useful. The few complaints I have are just from my perspective. They're nothing to do with the pouch at all, really, but yeah, I'm not really a fan of elastic on anything. It just seems excessive to me. But as I said, that's personal preference. As I said, you do have the two little tubes here for pens and such. In fact, I've got a carpenter's penciled hand, so I'll just show you, like so. You can hold a pen in there, a pencil, whatever. So, that's handy. So, as I said, 5 stars, a grand slam. Get yourself one of these because they are worth it. Or check out the newer Maxpedition lines, like the AGR line, because the AGR line actually has something very similar to this, and it looks and functions just as well. I've seen the reviews on it, I've actually physically seen one and got hands on with it, but I haven't purchased one yet. That will be coming in the future. Anyway, now that the review part is out of the way, let's get on to the leatherworking part. Now, as you all know, I got a piece of leatherwork I done using this leather here, which is a scrap of veg tanned leather, 12" by 12" square. I cut out a leather bracelet similar to my own, but without the engraving, for a friend of mine and a subscriber as well. Now, the rest of this leather was going to be done over 2 projects. The rest of this piece was actually going to be used to make a Zippo case. I can still do that. I'm just going to have to avoid this side here because there is some scarring on it. Don't know how well it will show up on the camera, if at all. Okay, you can get down there for a second. So, I can't use all this leather the way I intended. Yeah, I think if I can get the light right, you can actually see where the scarring is, but not too sure. Anyway, so that's that thing out of the way. I am still going to be making a Zippo case. I'm just a little behind on that project. Another project I have in mind, actually, but I think I am going to require some thicker leather for it. Again, this is the same veg tanned leather, another 12" square. Is a bracer. Now, I have gotten advice how to make patterns to make a bracer, but I think I am going to require some thicker leather because this stuff, although it can be wet formed, it doesn't harden up well, it doesn't retain its shape too well. It does retain its shape a bit when wet formed, but not enough for my liking for a bracer. And as you can see, it is rather thin. So, expect some slight delays on my leatherworking projects. I haven't given it up. I'm just trying to best plan out how to proceed. And on another note with the leather, there is going to be a channel giveaway coming soon. I'm not going to spill too many details about it now, but this giveaway is able to happen due to one of the members of the Leatherwork Patterns Facebook group, Mr. Justin Timmermans, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, bro, of Only Leathercrafts. Or was it Only Bushcraft? I cannot remember. It's one of the two. It's Only anyway. Remember Only part. So Only Leathercraft or Only Bushcraft, whichever one it was, I cannot remember off the top of my head, is helping me provide an item for an upcoming giveaway. No spoilers, Jason, if you watch this video. I'm telling you, no spoilers. I don't want to spoil what exactly the item is. However, I will say this item will prove handy for you bushcrafters out there, and also any of you EDC fanatics that also like bushcraft. That's all I'm going to say on that. So, that's the leatherworking segment over. Sorry it took so long to get here. Finally, I do still have channel stickers available. 145 of these little beauties, 70mm diameter, cut out of vinyl, so they are suitable for outdoor use, tackle boxes, gun cases, that sort of thing, toolboxes, or even battery cases. These are the perfect size for a 4 18650 battery case, and I found that out completely by accident. Anyway, if you would like to get yourself some of these, you will find a paypal.me link in the description of my videos, as well as in my channel banner on YouTube, and anything earned from these stickers goes directly back into the channel. As I said, I have 145 of those left. You will also now find me on Instagram. If you want to find me on Instagram, you'll find a link in the description of this video as well as in my channel banner. But all you need to do is search either hashtag Tenchi Arizonia, hashtag The Angry Dracolope, or at The Angry Dracolope. Anyway, that's all for now. If you like it, please subscribe, comment and share. And remember, be good to each other.